Down, wind it down. I need to get probably a bit closer, right? A bit closer here, a bit closer is probably alright. Step up, step out, step in. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's time to try beer. Beer with. Alrighty, here's my black garlic porter. Just for gash, it's got a one finger head. Inside joke. Yeah, it's clearing up alright. Starting to look okay. This is going to probably be the beer that I put into the SJR challenge. As long as I don't drink it all like I did the other one. Shit happens. Cold, it's going away. My sinuses are starting to clear up. Andrew Rolfe over in Canada? Some cold country. Yeah, Andrew had a suggestion that I get a basin to just help with the cold. You know, it clears his cold up all the time. Fill up a basin with hot water, as hot as you can stand. Put a teaspoon of vinegar in it. Scoop it up in your hands and snort it up through your nostrils to help clear the sinuses. Nearly made my eyes water thinking about it. Hurts like fuck, apparently. Actually it does, because I've got a squeezy sinus bottle thing. I was going to do it on film, but it's starting to clear up now, so I don't have to do it now, Andrew. But it's a squeezy bottle when you put a warm saline solution in it, and you shove it up one nostril and you squeeze, and it goes shooting up and it goes all through the sinus area here, and then it comes down out the other nostril and flushes all the shit away. It's a fun thing to watch. But yeah, the flu, the cold is starting to disappear, which is bloody good, because now I can start to taste some beer. I've had to drink Epic Armageddon for the past couple of weeks because it's got enough that I can actually taste what's going on in it. But this is my black garlic porter, and once again, take the old camera off. Oh, fall over. Oh, shoe slipped off. It's looking alright. Colour's looking good, it's clearing up. This has probably helped. Oh, I just caught a decent whiff of garlic then. You sort of only pick it up every now and then. It doesn't, maybe it's because of the cold. Maybe this has helped the cold. Good old garlic. That and vampires, getting rid of vampires. Which we don't have a lot of around here, but hey, if there was, it would help. Yeah, it's okay. Quite happy with it as a beer, but there is another keg sitting down here of something else, which could possibly be the SJR competitor. Hey, brew your best beer! Like, I'm giving lots of things a crack. I did have one that was really good, but I've given away too many bottles. As I said last week, I digress. Blah blah blah. Beer. Speaking of beer, bon bon. That's what Kevin Comments does. Beer mail. I've got some beer mail from Zane Maxwell. Sent to me last Friday. So cheers, Zane. I'll pull them out of the fridge so that I can show you what they are, and then I'll put them back in the fridge and let them settle for another week, and then crack into them and do a little bit of a review. Now this is his Granny Smith cider. Now we sent up 2 of each bottle, which was awesome because one was for me and one was for Grant Baker. So if you shoot over to Grant Baker's channel, you're bound to see him reviewing some of the beers, because Grant sort of drinks beers pretty fast. Don't you, Grant? Which is, it's a cool idea. Not about drinking beers fast, which is just logical. But it's a cool idea about sending beer mail to a city and double shipping, you know, put 2 bottles in and then say to the guy, hey, can you split it off? I did it a couple of weeks ago with Gash. I'm in Australia, sent over 2 bottles of my raspberry peppered porter and 2 of Woodrow's Veto Balin's Brewery beers that were in a can in nano kegs. Sent him over so he could split it and he could pass it on to Don Peters. Actually, I gave it to my boss who was flying over to our Melbourne office, and then he shipped it from there, so it was even cheaper. But yeah, it's a way to do it, you know. If you know a couple of people in the same region, just send it to one, split it up, and then we do the same thing. We'll put it back together again and we'll send it back down to you. Then you get, you know, 2 beers for the price of 1 package. Fun, fun. So anyway, what he has sent me, this is the Granny Smith cider. Nice and carved up there. Hope it doesn't blow. And this is his ginger ale, 5%. Nice utilisation of bottles there, Zane. Great label on this one. This is the Kiwi Parallel. This is one of these, it's the old style schoolbook labels, you know, where you scribble stuff on a bit of paper and stick it on and go, fuck it, that'll do. But yeah, no. Hey, a label's a label, as long as it says what the beer is. Unlike this beer here that I also got on Friday, which is from Chubby. I know it's from Chubby because I put a C on the top of it, so that I'd know. Chubby, send me the details about this beer, I've forgotten. But yeah, this is another beer mail I got. I think I know what it is. It's Igor, I think. I can't keep track. Kiwi Parallel, my first all grain. Oh, I get to taste his all grain cherry. Friggin' awesome. Cheers. And also, Mangrove Jack's Lager, sexed up. Oh, I'm gonna sex you up. Yeah, I've had a few epics already. You might have guessed. Right. So cheers, thank you Zane. I will get some beers together and fire them down to you. I'll get some bits and pieces bottled up. Probably not this one because you'll be getting this one in the post with the SJ Pour beers. Speaking of SJ Pour beers, Zane also sent his SJ Pour beers up to me. So I've got my first shipment of SJ Pour beers in hand. They're not actually here at the moment, they're in cool storage at work. Remember, I've got a server room, constant 18 degrees. It's a perfect area to sit beer. Well, could be 14 degrees, but then the people that work in the server room get a bit nippy. SJ Pour update. The US hubs are nearly finished. Actually, probably by the time you view this video, all of the hubs would have been finished. But the Midwest finished recently. So if you want to find out who's in the top 4, yeah, that's right, I said top 4 because third place was a tie. Not quite sure what we're going to do with that. But if you want to find out who was in the top in the Midwest, head on over to the SJ Pour Challenge website and have a look at the scores in there. It's all starting to ramp up. It's going to be, yeah. I think as I said last weekend, it's going to be interesting seeing lots of little blue snail trails coming out on all those countries and seeing everything populate as people taste their beers. As I said, I've received the first SJ Pour consignment from Zane Maxwell, Rookie Brew, so that is awesome. I will be getting an email sent out to everybody in New Zealand just to sort of tell them about what's happening with the swap, because of course Beervana is not that far away. 4 weeks, possibly? Yeah, I'd say about 4 weeks. So things are going to get pretty busy because of course Beervana week, or should we call it Beervana month, and the months leading up to Beervana and following Beervana are pretty exciting stuff. There's lots of beer things happening. There is the West Coast IPA Challenge, as I mentioned last week, which is happening this Friday, and Balin's Brewery have this beer that's going into it. Alright, what else has been happening? I haven't finished the Parallel Counterflow video yet. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty slack, eh? Look, I haven't even waxed the door since I built the brewery. For that matter, some of the outside walls haven't got cladding on them either. But hey, you know, it's just me. I sort of start things and I don't finish them. But I will finish it. I will finish it. So, you've seen it sitting in the background. So let's see it a little bit close up. And then I can sort of, I can use some of this footage to finish off all the video that I have sitting there. Because it is nearly done. I just need a little bit of finishing footage and put it up. So here we go. The Parallel Counterflow chiller. Here should be. Now this isn't its final layout yet. Its piping configuration is just temporary, obviously. You know, a bit of copper pipe holding 2 bits of silicon together. It is totally temporary. This is where the water comes in. This is where the beer comes out with the old temperature gaugeroo. And here's another output where the beer comes out when I flick the ball valve around. And hiding in here is a little air stone nozzle. So there is an air stone in this little T-piece here. So that as the beer, sorry, it's not beer, it's not turned into beer yet, it's still wort. As the wort recirculates around and cools down, when I'm ready to put it into the fermenter, I can go brrr and turn the ball valve around and it will come out of here. At that stage, I turn on the gas. This is my oxygen tank off my oxy-settling plant. Yay. So I blow pure oxygen into it. and aerate it. So I haven't hooked those bits up yet. Where the beer comes in, wort, come on, get it right. Where the wort comes in, this is just a temporary line as well, because I want to have a dedicated pump for it, because at the moment I'm using the pump that's under the bench over here. So it's going quite a long distance to be pulled out, to go up, to come up, and to come back over here again. So I'm actually going to be putting a pump over this side. I just haven't purchased it yet because my brewery allocated funds are going towards my trip to the States. So, but it will get finished. In the meantime, using the other pump, and it works perfectly fine. So it's just a temporary hose. Now, when I chill, I recirculate into my kettle. Oh, here's an interesting thing. It's full of water. I leave my kettles full. There's a cap sitting in there as well, keep them sanitised. Full of nappy sand and water. So OxyClean, and I just leave them full. They're not going to rust because OxyClean prevents any oxidisation of any internal rusting or any crap like that. And pretty much it just sits there and it nibbles away at anything that's dirty. And when I need to use it, I've got a kettle full of cleaner and a mash tun also full of cleaner that I can run through and flush everything through the lines, fill them up with water, flush them through again, and they're clean and ready to go. So I don't have to worry about if I'm not brewing for a while. You know, if you leave your pipes, my pipes will drain out so that there's no water left in them, but you don't want little bits of mould and bits and pieces growing in there. So by having two vessels like this, flushing everything through the pipes when I'm getting ready to brew means that I'm making sure that everything is nice and clean. And especially with the Parallel Counterflow chiller as well, all of the cleaning solution would get flushed through there, and then of course flushed with water afterwards to clean all of that out. So it's just handy, and it's just ready to go when I'm ready to brew. Right, so what is going on here? This is 20mm UPVC pipe. So this is thick-walled conduit. Now it's thick-walled so I can handle the heat of the water that runs past it. Because of course this is a counterflow. Cold water runs in one direction, hot wort runs in the other direction. The hot wort is running through a copper pipe that goes all the way through the centre, and that is sealed off with a compression fitting that screws into a 1/2" fitting into the end of the UPVC. So everything's all nicely sealed up. And then I use silicone tube to connect the wort returns so that the beer flows out. The wort flows out from here, goes in here, goes down the other end, comes out, all the way down the other end, comes out, and just recirculates along. Now the benefit of a Parallel Counterflow chiller is that you have line of sight. Okay, if I took the silicone hose off, I'd be able to see all the way through that straight pipe. Unlike the coiled ones that you can't see all the way through, this one down here, you can't get line of sight through that little puppy. This one you can, so you can check if there's any debris or anything in there, but hey, I don't think debris is an issue. I just think this is different and it looks cool. It's like a little heated towel wrap when it's running. As for the length of it, I've built it to suit the wall that I have here. You can make it as high as you like and as wide as you like, as big as you like. This however is 3.5 meters of run, so all the pipework all sort of added up for what's cooling. There's 3.5 meters in there, which is exactly the same as this, the little convoluted counterflow chiller that you can buy from brewing stores. So that is 3.5 meters long as well. So the efficiency is pretty much the same. Now I've run this, I did my first brew with this, and it worked. Everything cooled down properly, there were no leaks, it worked as expected. Little hodgepodge just with some of the pipes coming around here, but as I said, it's just temporary. Anyway, Jesse's here. He wants to go to bed. Boop, 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 boop. No. You don't? Don't. Okay. Doesn't want to go to bed. So, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Have yourself another one. This must be the end. This must be the end. Soon. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Have yourself another one. Do you want a bit? Do you want to try this one? Come on, this one got garlic in it. Do you want to try this one? Nah. Cheers. no, that's my bubble wrap for wrapping up SJ Pour beers.
I'm taking
You tell Stephen that I can't send the beers to him because you're taking all his bubble wrap. Go, sorry SJ, can't. Wait, Mr. Bubble Wrap Stealer.